Hello, guys, and welcome to the first FPFI podcast. As always, it is I, Tommy Castle, and I'm here with my good buddy Joe.
Hi.
And this is basically it's a podcast for just all things geeky and nerdy. We're going to be talking games, comics, movies, and just all good stuff really. So, well, Joe, what have you been playing lately?
Lots of WoW.
Back on the WoW, back on the WoW again. How many have you been playing WoW now?
What, this time? Or in total?
In total, man.
9 years. I didn't play it when it launched. I was shortly after, but about 9 years. Yeah.
9 years. Wow. And I've still managed to avoid it, just barely. Though you did send me like a week's trial.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a trial up to level 20. Yeah.
Trying to ruin my life. Aside from WoW, anything else? Because I've noticed you've been on the Humble Bundle again.
Well, no, Steam sale I've been on. I didn't really buy much. I only bought Space Engineers, which I've had a little go of, which is quite cool.
Yeah, you showed me a bit of that earlier. It does look
Yes.
pretty good.
And Outlast.
Outlast, yes. The extremely good jump scare game
Yes.
in which the first jump scare made you turn the game off.
Yep. Nope. Not playing it anymore. Nope. 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 Nope.
Right, well, what have I been playing lately? A lot of Assassin's Creed. I've finally caught up. I'm on Black Flag.
Right.
Took my time. I did take my time. I was put off with the first one, not gonna lie. I played the first one, completed it, didn't think it was that great, mainly because my one was full of glitches. A lot of glitches. So that put me off.
Yeah. It has a fair few glitches that first one, but it was brilliant for the time.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but it was very repetitive. There was a lot of the same missions over and over again, and it just annoyed me.
Yeah.
Like there was no proper good like fast travel system. Everything was just
So
too
I
far
think
away.
with that game they wanted you to experience the whole area,
The-
but it did become a bit of a chore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, I'm finally caught up.
Mhm.
Finally caught up, and I've been enjoying it. But I've also been playing Devil May Cry
Oh,
or
DMC.
DMC.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally got around to that. I'm enjoying it. It looks beautiful. It's fun. Though I've stopped now because I'm trying so hard to S rank every level on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
first go that
Don't.
it just ruins the experience. So
I think.
I've just put it down for a bit. Got to realise just enjoy the game. I can S rank them on another playthrough. It's not like each level takes me that long.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've stopped playing that for now. I started Dark Souls,
Right. Okay.
proper rage quit game, but it just made me want to keep going. Like I kept coming back for more punishment.
See, I played Demon Souls, and so many people I know love those games, and I just really struggle to get into them. I just don't find them as entertaining as everyone else does.
I think here's the thing. Like I think it looks alright. I like the story. It's not meant to be anything spectacular,
Mm.
but I just think it's the addiction of the challenge. You know, like
Mhm.
don't get me wrong. I don't see myself completing this game
Yeah.
because well, like every time I level up to be really strong, every opponent seems to match my strength.
Yeah, but that's how games work.
No, but I stay in the same area and level up, and somehow these guys get stronger with me.
Right.
Like it used to take me 3 stabs and they're dead,
Right.
and it
Yeah.
went to 2 stabs, and then when I leveled up even more,
Mhm.
it went back to 3 stabs again.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure the game, no matter where you are, levels up all the like opponents as well when you level up.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's just an endless circle of constant impossible guys to beat.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Unless you
Yeah.
get the right equipment and weapons, you're just gonna get a big ass headache. So
Mhm.
I'm playing that, not playing it too much, because again, it's giving me a headache. And again, I have literally just been doing all the Assassin's Creeds
Yes.
from 2 to Black Flag now.
You're on my excuse me, sorry. You're on my favourite one now. I think Black
Flag.
Flag's my favourite.
I'm
My
only on
favourite.
the second sequence. It's really a beautiful looking game already. It just looks beautiful.
So remind me, second sequence. How far are you?
I've
So I don't want to give any spoilers for anyone.
not too far. We're not going to do any spoilers on that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it is. I will say this. I've enjoyed them. I have enjoyed them. There has been some glitches. There was some changes in Assassin's Creed 3, which I didn't like. It felt too much like the Batman Arkham series in terms
See,
of the combat.
a lot of people really didn't like Assassin's Creed 3.
I've really. I mean, it got great reviews. I liked it. It was just a very slow start, but I think it kind of paid off.
Did you like the twist?
What at the end?
No, at the beginning.
Oh, I already knew that. I knew. I could tell a mile off.
See, I didn't see that coming.
When someone says I'll cut your head off, that's
Yeah. What,
alarm bells went off. I was just like, oh, I know. But
what do you mean?
no, I don't, we don't do spoil. Well, actually, all right, spoilers, guys. We'll do spoilers. So you've been warned. Okay. That was just what when he said I'll cut your head off. That was something an assassin wouldn't say. To some guy who was just like, nope.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's
was just-
something the
it
main
was-
and
it
it's
was just-
something the main protagonists of the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, but they've all
wouldn't
been
say.
nice so far, except for the.
They're all killers.
Yeah,
How can you
but-
say they're all nice?
Yeah, but it was just his tone was just, aside from the fact that he wasn't dressed as an assassin, it was
But
a dead giveaway.
no, okay.
But didn't he used to be an assassin?
No, I was gonna give that away there. No.
No, we're talking spoilers anyway.
Okay.
From Assassin's Creed
he's-
3, not Black
he's-
Flag.
Well, his father was an unlikely assassin.
Oh, that would explain the Kenway.
Yes.
Kenway?
Yeah.
Because it is. I didn't realise this. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is set how many years before? Number 3?
It's not many. It's just before. It's about 20 years before, or maybe more. Maybe 20, 30 years before. Well, 20, 30 years before the start of Assassin's Creed 3, when you take over as Haytham.
But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Number 3. Sad for Connor. Very sad for Connor.
The DLC, I actually really enjoyed the DLC.
Now,
for
see,
Assassin's
that's
Creed
the
3.
thing. I'm playing all of them, and I'm getting DLC for all of them because I absolutely loved Ezio.
See,
The problem was Revelations was so quick and so paper thin, and it was in Istanbul, and I didn't enjoy that as much.
where?
It was in Istanbul, the third one.
Oh yes,
Revelations.
sorry, yeah. So
And it felt.
Constantinople, you mean?
I can't remember. I just remember one of them
Because
saying.
Constantinople is what it used to be called,
Okay.
and that's where it's set. It's set
Okay,
in
alright.
Constantinople.
Alright, smart ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just that location. I didn't think it was that great. I enjoyed the hook claw. There was some good
I
characters
thought it was
there.
a natural progression to start going to sort of like more of a
Yeah, but
east meets west.
it
sort
kind
or
of
west meets
kind of
east.
felt like what Assassin's Creed 1 should have felt like.
Yeah, but I think that was the point.
Yeah, well, but
They wanted to go back
but
and remedy.
the thing is, I liked that they went back to Altair and tied that up. It actually made me like Altair.
Yes.
It absolutely needed that, but what it didn't do was tie up Ezio for me. It kind of left it a little bit.
Have you not watched Embers?
What's them?
Seriously, when you can, just go on YouTube or something. Watch Assassin's Creed Embers, and it ends the story for Ezio.
Oh, let's check that out.
Yeah, seriously, it's like an animation.
What,
It's
what
really
they
it's like a
did?
short. Yeah, it's a short film. It was with one of the collectors or specials or something like that. It did come out on its own as well, but it ends the story for Ezio because obviously he still has a life
Yeah.
after that, but they don't touch upon it.
Yeah.
Also, you can't use it now because I think just this week I got an email actually from them. They've taken down Assassin's Creed's Initiates website, which is really good. Well, it was really good as an additional extra to the Assassin's Creed series, where you could lots of more information. It was as if you were an assassin trying to get information about what the Templars are doing or Abstergo are doing, and it was really good. And you had like little mini games as well where you could unlock more stuff if you did certain missions in the game. So it will say something like for a Black Flag, it was something like hunt 3 sharks or something like that.
Yeah.
And you
So
could
wait,
get,
and that's closed down now.
yes, because I think they're
Revamping
because
it.
it was in alpha the whole time I was using it was in alpha, and I think they've now finally started to revamp it for especially for the new ones that will eventually be coming out.
Well, speaking of new ones, they announced, of course, Assassin's Creed Unity, which looks pretty damn good. I mean,
Unity.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It looks pretty damn sweet. It is next gen only, but
Yes.
that was kind of
that one
to be
is yes. There
to
is
be
still
expected.
there is still rumours that they are doing a we'll call it last gen for sake of argument, last gen exclusive game.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they did like a PSP one, didn't they?
Yes, that will you'll to be able to get the full story, you'll need to have the last gen and the next gen versions. It could potentially be the game, or I think the one that will finally make me jump to next gen. I'm still reserved. I still don't want to get anything, but I think that with as well as everything else that will eventually be out, and especially everything that will be coming in 2015, I'll have to get one by Christmas.
Yeah.
I think.
That's the thing, because like me and you, we're the only ones who haven't got our next gen consoles yet,
No.
and that's mainly because, well, one, they're really expensive.
Well, technically, we both have a Wii U, but.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure why we went without to get our Wii U's first. Probably, me and Joe, we both bought the special like Legend of Zelda versions.
That's exactly why.
Yeah, because normally
That's exactly why we got a Wii U, because they brought something out to do with Zelda.
and normally when they bring these out, they go straight away. Like I owned the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3DS, and it went straight away. It's now something like what, £300?
Something like that.
Like, so that's roughly about what, $600, maybe more.
Yeah.
And that's for the original like size one. It's not even like a XL version. So that's why we got our Wii U's first when we should have got either Xbox One or PS4.
Yeah, are you looking at about £400?
Yeah, £400
Boxed.
boxed. Yeah,
Unboxed, I've seen one just looking at eBay quickly. I can see one going for about 120.
that's not too bad.
Unboxed.
I mean, it is, Joe. I have showed it to you. It is a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
It is probably one of the most beautiful like handheld consoles.
It
But
is
it's
very
an old
nice.
one.
It's very nice, but they're just too small.
Yeah.
I couldn't get involved until the 3DS XL came out. I'd get hand cramps.
Literally, it just stabs where your thumbs are.
Yeah.
It's just a nightmare, but it's so damn sexy.
Yeah.
So that's why I got that one. But next gen, I've decided I am getting Xbox One first.
See, I'm the other way. I'm gonna get a PS4 first.
For my birthday, I'm going Xbox One, and Christmas, I'm getting PS4. So I'm gonna have them both. So I'm gonna have all the goodness, all the gaming goodness. Because I want them all. I want Uncharted 4. I want that.
See, it's just, especially with when E3 came out recently, like all the stuff they came out with. You know me, I was always more Microsoft than Sony, but they just don't seem to be grabbing me anymore. It's just, I've had enough of Grey Shooter 67, and you know, that seems to be everything they're marketing at now. Is the Call of Duty, the Battlefield, everything like that, and those games bore me now.
Yeah, well, that's the problem when it's the same game every year, just with different packaging. That's always the problem.
But that's the thing, though. You can say that, but you can say the same thing about Assassin's Creed. Technically,
True.
it's the same game every year,
That is
but
true.
at least it has a story that grips me.
Exactly, but the Call of Duty stories just don't grip me enough.
No.
And the problem is most people don't even play it for the story anymore. They just play it to play with their mates online.
Multiplayer.
You know.
Mhm.
And that's sadly how things have gone with next gen consoles and all that.
Yeah.
But other than that, other games I'm kind of looking forward to, especially for the Wii U, is obviously the Zelda games. We've
Mhm.
got two of them. One of them is a Dynasty Warriors type one, which I'm happy about because I like my Dynasty Warrior type
See,
games.
see.
See, I've played all the Gundam games because I'm a
Yes.
Gundam fan. I just like the repetitive hack and slash
Mhm.
with your favourite mechas, where you power up the special and you fire off the big ass cannons. I like that for some reason. And so, like a Legend of Zelda one, why not? You know, why not?
Mm.
But then, of course, there's the next Legend of Zelda game, which
Well, before we move on to that, I just go back. See, this is the thing. I'm not a Dynasty Warriors fan
Mm.
at all. I think they're boring.
well, it's
I
hit and
think
miss.
they're
Either
repetitive.
people really like them or they
Yeah,
really just
I
find
mean,
it
I can
repetitive.
understand because there's tons of games that I like that people don't like, but I personally just find them boring, very repetitive, and they don't really, to me, they don't really give me much.
Mm.
You know, you can say that about I'll say sort of more or less the same thing about Call of Duty. Don't get much anymore from it. I can understand why people might still get something from it, but it's nothing for me. But I might end up getting this
Really?
because it's Zelda, and I need something on my Wii U.
I'm sure that that's very true. I'm sure there's going to be like better elements to it.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's more characters to choose from, but obviously, we're just going to play as Link. Let's be honest.
Say again.
Let's be honest. We're just going to play as Link.
I don't know. I'm quite interested in playing as
No, I'm going to be Link.
I mean, even to a point, I'm quite interested in playing as Zelda herself. She looks a
Yes, she's actually going to
bit of a warrior.
do something. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
going to play Zelda for the first time
Mhm.
in the what? 26 years, 27 years of Legend of Zelda.
Harold and Martin. Yeah, 20.
Seven. It's got to be
I'd say
26.
it's either 27, 28 years now.
In those years, a game named The Legend of Zelda, you're actually going to get to play as Zelda.
So wasn't it 1985?
Yes, it was indeed.
Yeah. So
And Wind Waker was the 25th. Not
Yes.
Wind Waker. Skyward Sword
Skyward
was the
Sword, thank you.
25th
Yeah.
anniversary. Let's not even dive into that.
1986. Sorry.
86.
Apparently.
Year I was born.
I thought it was 85, but apparently looking online it's 86.
I swore it was 85.
Yeah, same here, but never mind.
Anyway, moving on to that other Legend of Zelda game announced.
This thing, everyone's going crazy about it. They haven't given it enough to actually.
I
mean,
saw that and I was, if I'm being honest, I don't like it already.
Why not?
They seriously keep doing this. They did this with Skyward Sword, and this is what really pissed me off. They're trying to mix Ocarina of style artwork with the cel shaded Wind Waker,
Mhm.
and on Skyward Sword it didn't work. It just looked like a horrible looking game. It did not work, and they've done it again. They've gone for the cel shaded look, and it's like this is your next gen console, and you're still doing the cel shaded.
Mhm.
Like I like that they're saying it's open world now.
Well, it's going back. It's going back to the original, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really. I mean, as much as you could say that the original was open, you could take any dungeon in any order you wanted
Yeah.
to. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But hey, it's just early looks. Like I gave Skyward Sword a chance. I just couldn't get into the story, and I just hated the Wii Motion Plus controls.
Yes. No. This is the thing.
Long games like that, you cannot.
So you didn't like the story?
Do you not remember when I bumped into you and I told you where I was? I was near the end of the game,
Yeah.
and that's when you told me this was how it all started.
Yes. Yeah.
I had no clue this was how
Yeah.
it all started
See,
until you told
I
me.
was because it took me quite a while to get through that game because of the motion controls. I just had to keep putting it down.
Like,
But-
why they thought you have to slash this lock at the exact points would be a great idea.
But I mean, going back to the whole, I mean, controversially to the point, was Phil Fish, the Fez creator.
Yes.
He got in a lot of trouble saying that he got into a lot of trouble saying that Japanese games don't. He actually said to not so many words. I think he actually said the words, "Japanese games suck,"
Wow.
and he got in a lot of trouble for it. But it was at a Q&A.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it was a Q&A for Indie Game the movie. Have you seen that yet?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
brilliant
that
film.
is a brilliant film.
Yeah.
Any gamer fans out there, definitely check it out.
Yeah. But they were talking about it, and one of the things it was then like sort of clarifying that they were talking about it on the panel, and I can't remember, it was the creator of Braid. His name escapes me at the moment.
Ah,
It'll come back to me, I'm sure.
so what did
He basically started saying the problem with John Blow,
John
the
Blow.
problem with those sort of games, especially something like Zelda, is they'll give you a tutorial.
Yep.
And a strict tutorial, and it'll go on for ages, and in the whole game they will not stray away from that tutorial. So rather than sort of giving you the basis and letting you work out the rest,
letting you experiment.
yeah, exactly. That's what they were saying, and that, I mean, I love Zelda games, but yes, I have to agree, that is exactly that way the series has gone.
What were its tutorial?
And it just doesn't let you go past the tutorial.
See, that's the thing.
Like anything lets you think about anything other than the tutorial, what the tutorial's told you.
But then, with the 3DS one.
Which one?
I've forgotten its name. Zelda 3DS.
Oh, Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds, where they went back to old school.
But even that, to a certain extent, was the same. It was the tutorials, and they wouldn't let you go past what they told you in the tutorials.
True, but you did have to like realise and make it up.
But I mean, the last one I think that properly did that was Majora's, like Ocarina and Majora's were the last ones where they had, say for example in Majora's, like you had certain masks.
Yeah.
That you had to go and find yourself and figure out yourself.
Yeah, you'd have to do certain.
Or you'd have to look them up,
yeah.
obviously, if you wanted to. But
well, you couldn't back then.
Well, you couldn't with Majora's. There was still the internet then.
Yeah, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah,
it was still dial-up.
Yeah.
That was what, 2001.
Yeah, about that. The start of broadband.
Obviously, you had walkthrough strategy guides.
Exactly. You had to either do what I did, and if you wanted to really sort of get everything you could from the games, I used to just buy Nintendo's official magazine.
Exactly.
And wait for things to leak in that
little walkthrough guides.
Or just think people saying things in the letter section as well. I've come across this, blah blah blah, talking about it, and then you go and try and
see. That's what we used to do back in the day. Now it's you get stuck on a game, you just YouTube it, and someone's already got it up how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a talk for another time, I think, though. But
so that is The Legend of Zelda. That is coming. Now I want to talk the controversial Sonic Boom. Now Sonic Boom is a cartoon series coming out. It's not Sonic's not turning into this. This is a completely made up different world.
Yeah.
A new cartoon series, and they've made a game on the Wii U and 3DS to go with it.
Yeah.
Now people first saw these new radical designs and freaked the hell out.
Yeah, but I can understand why.
That's very understandable because the designs, not that great.
No.
Now their game, it's from what I've seen of it, it's like more action, like kind of like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
With fast elements and fast levels. It's co-op. We've obviously got to be in the same room. There's no online co-op on this for some reason.
Yeah.
But the great thing about it, which I thought was pretty sweet, is both characters can go off and do their own things. It'll turn to a split screen, and one character can go a complete another way towards the end, which I thought was pretty good. So like different, if you play as certain characters, you'll take different paths and it'll advance the story differently. Whether or not it's going to be a great game, who knows? I'm obviously going to get it because one, it's a Wii U game, which means I've got something else to play on my Wii U.
Yeah.
and I am a Sonic fan, and I'm interested. I'm interested, you know.
Yeah.
Like I love the Sonic character. I've enjoyed his stories. Yes, some of the games have had horrible game mechanics, especially Black Knight, Sonic and the Black Knight for the Wii.
Right. Yeah. I sort of
But
stayed away from that one.
but I enjoyed the story though. That's what had me.
Right.
I can't go back and play it. I've tried, but the controls just irritate me.
Yeah.
But with Sonic Boom, who knows? I mean, it's voiced by all the same people who've
Mhm.
done the Sonic games. You've got the legendary Mr. Mike Pollock, who I interviewed last year. Great guy, great Dr. Eggman. He's done it for 10 years now.
Mhm.
Played that role. He's the only one they kept on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. Again, it's another Wii U game,
Mhm.
and Wii U games are very rare. So I'll give
Yeah.
it a try. I can see it being one of them games where I'll enjoy playing it once through, and then I won't really play it again.
No. It's for me. I think I have to say no. I mean, the last Sonic game I think I played was 2006 Sonic.
Sonic 06.
Yes.
Now see, I didn't mind that one,
Really.
mainly because
Really.
I
What?
installed it, which stopped all the glitches, but it didn't stop the terrible loading.
The
The problem with that game was it wasn't
it also
finished.
didn't stop the terrible story.
I didn't really care, to be honest with you. Because everyone's like, well, she's a girl and he's a hedgehog. I don't care.
Yeah.
I was just there because like I got to play Sonic
It
and
just
Shadow and these cool like realistic designs with a kind of
don't
darker
forget Silver.
tone.
Don't forget Silver.
It's no use.
Yeah, but this is it's.
He I could have done without, but I did enjoy it. I did like the graphics, the CGI, the cutscenes. I did enjoy the soundtrack. I enjoyed it. It was a challenge. Because
Mhm.
everyone moans like, oh, it's got to be fast. No, he's not got to be super fast. They did that with Sonic Unleashed, the next one, and that was just stupid. It was like he was walking on ice the whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
But the point I made with the whole this Sonic Boom thing, they've just made Sonic redundant because
Yes. Yep.
Sonic's thing was he was fast.
And now
Knuckles was strong and he could like glide.
and now he looks
climb.
like he's on steroids.
Yeah, but he could glide and climb. So that was like
Yep.
the strength thing. Then you had Tails could fly to a certain
Yep.
extent.
Until we get knackered.
Yeah, and then you had Amy, which is pointless anyway. But
Well, she used a hammer. To
she had a
jump
hammer,
anyway.
but what wasn't her originally though? Was it? That was the no, the big thing had a fishing rod, wasn't it? Cat.
Yeah, Big the cat.
Big cat. Yeah.
Big the cat.
But I mean,
I'll tell you
obviously,
what.
I'm not talking original here, but
You would have liked Sonic Colors.
no.
No, literally, it was back to basics.
That's the thing. I still mean to pick up the episode Sonic thing they did recently. When they went
episode 2.
right, yeah, when they went really right back to not old
They were
school
pretty
Sonic.
good. They were pretty good.
Yeah, because I mean, if I play Sonic, that's the only thing I play is old school Sonic. But
Did you not play Sonic Generations?
no, I need to pick up that as well.
That
But
you would have loved.
I'm
that.
all, I was
You
I
would
was
absolutely
raised
love that.
I was raised Mario, you know.
And see, that's the thing with a lot of people. They either had Mario
Yeah,
or Sonic.
I was
Me,
ra-
I was raised with both. Like, don't get me wrong. I've said this numerous times. Like, I loved Mario when I was younger. I've still got all like the graphic novels and all the Mario merch. I still have every one of my Mario games.
Mhm.
The problem with me and Mario, okay, I just can't. It doesn't satisfy me anymore. The whole woohoo! It's me, Mario. You know,
Mhm.
there's no character development. That's why I like Sonic because there's some character development. They take these risks, and yeah, they may fall sometimes, but they take those risks. With Mario, like when you got Super Mario World 3D, whatever, when we played it together,
Mhm.
that intro just pissed me right off because it was
This is the 3D world one. You're on
where
about.
all yeah where the cat suits.
Yeah.
And the whole intro to the story was just like a thought bubble with Bowser kidnapping people.
But let's be honest, there's not. Before, you know, in old school, it was the story was basically told in the manual. and before
Yeah,
that,
but
after that, when you had like Mario 64, it was a little bit at the start where you get a letter from
yeah,
the princess that
but
explains the story.
but the thing is, time moves on. We evolve. Games evolve. You can't keep releasing these games like that because
No.
it's like Legend of Zelda. Why do they not talk yet?
To a certain degree, it's the whole point I find is that as much as I love like Zelda, certain things need to be put to bed.
So
They
you think it should finally end?
to a certain for now, definitely. Till they come up with some better ideas rather than just keep rehashing them.
That is the
I mean,
thing.
look
That's
at if they're worried about Nintendo franchise. I mean, I was for ages saying we need another Star Fox, Lilac Wars, whatever you want
yeah.
to call it, game. We need another one.
Well, the last one was GameCube.
A proper one, yeah, but that would you couldn't even really call it that because you didn't have that. But obviously at the E3, it came out that they were working on one, so that's interesting.
But
That'll be
whether or not that'll be great, I mean,
yeah.
that's Nintendo's problem. It's just they just constantly same games, just different packaging.
Mhm.
Like they released that Donkey Kong on Wii U, and it was just like
Yeah,
what?
I didn't play that. I wasn't interested.
And it's like the Donkey Kong games they released on Wii and Wii U.
Mhm.
They're exactly the same as New Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Exactly the
Mhm.
same, and it's just like Nintendo. You need to change your formula a bit. You know.
Mhm.
That's my problem with Mario games and Nintendo because like it was great in 2006 when New Super Mario Bros came out. You're like, oh, it's retro, it's old school. That was great,
Mhm.
but then they just kept carrying it on again,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
and so that's why I've pushed more to Sonic because he's got personality. There's talking. Yeah, sometimes not all that great,
Yeah.
but at least they're taking that risk, and that's Nintendo's problem. They're not taking the right risks.
No, I agree with that.
But
But then I would argue the same. Well, Nintendo aren't taking risks. Sega, with when it comes to Sonic, are not taking the right risks because it's not making sense what they're doing. They're just destroying the franchise.
well, the thing is, you say that, but Sonic's
I
more
would much
popular
rather.
now than he has been.
I would much rather them. You can't say that actually. What than when it was originally first came out? It's more popular now than it was then.
Outside of just playing the games, like he is like a household name. People recognise him,
Yeah, but
and he has now got his
people
own film
recognised
coming.
him when the original came out.
True, this is true,
And
but
they
it
had a
died
cartoon.
out
They had
for
a
a
cartoon.
while.
Yeah, it did die
It
out.
died
I wouldn't
out
say it's
after '97.
maybe somewhere around there, but it's a thing. It's, I would much rather them create the game they've created with a new IP,
Well, that was the thing.
not Sonic, something else.
Well, the creator of Sonic tried what was it, Billy Hatchet,
Billy Hatcher,
the
yeah.
giant egg. He tried that, and then that was it. They didn't really try anything else. But then again, you got to remember Sonic is the mascot for Sega, and I think it outshines Sega's other work and other
But
creations.
At the end of the day, Sega are not a hardware company anymore. They don't need to worry about their
Exactly.
flagship. They don't need to worry about their flagship character. They can make other ideas,
Exactly.
other IPs.
And you bear in mind, you got to remember, like, because Sonic is a well-known face. Like, got to think of all the money they make off merchandise,
Mm.
and just how much they got so much notice on Sonic with him just appearing in Wreck-It Ralph, the movie,
Mhm.
and he was in it what 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe grand total of 30 seconds, and Eggman was in it for a few minutes.
Bowser was in it, wasn't
Yep, Bowser was in it as well.
he? Mm. We'll see. We'll see on that one.
But yeah, we will see. Hopefully, it'll be a good Sonic Boom will be a good Sonic game for the Wii U. I mean, Sonic Lost World wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad.
Mm.
Bit slow for me. Like he didn't move as fast as I would like, but it's not bad. A beautiful looking game. So yeah, and I've got to admit, I did download the extra 3 levels they gave me. They gave me a Yoshi's Island one, and the Legend of Zelda one, and the
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda one is awesome. The music is awesome. He wears a Link outfit as well, so that was pretty sweet.
Mm.
Okay, there's one game now we need to talk about because I have played its prequel game.
Right.
We're going to talk the new Metal Gear Solid game.
Okay.
Now I played, was it Ground Zeroes?
Yes.
What can I say about it? It wasn't worth the money because it was too short,
No.
but it gave its new control system is superb.
Right. Okay.
They've introduced a thing where when you alert someone,
Mhm.
it freezes in you know like Red Dead Redemption when you slow time down.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
It does that, and you have the opportunity to shoot them.
Okay.
So that is pretty sweet. I've got to admit. There's some. They've kept the old school mechanics. They've got some new mechanics. Visually, it looks stunning, and it gave me a taste of what's to come.
Mm.
And the story in this short little kind of downloadable game has just got me pumped for it. Even though this is what everyone's umming and ahhing about is no David Hayter doing the voice of Solid Snake. Or well, Big Boss
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Now that is a hard pill to swallow because everyone, let's be honest, he kind of made that character. It's a unique voice, you instantly recognise it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a badass voice. Now I can understand why Kojima would change it because originally he was meant to be a lot older in this game, Big Boss.
Yes.
Originally,
Yeah.
in the original trailers, his hair is all grey, got a grey beard. But I assume as he was making it, he realised he's going to have to make the next one another prequel.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
make him a bit younger again.
Mhm.
But at this point, he'd already changed things and had Kiefer Sutherland doing the voice.
Yes.
So that is why a lot of people are umming and ahhing about it.
I thought the change to so like it didn't necessarily have to be Keith Sutherland, but I think Keith Sutherland was an interesting choice, and actually I think it quite works. I do love David Hayter's um, original voice,
Mm.
but I do think it's maybe time to.
Well, here's the thing, okay? He does sound a bit like Snake.
Who Keith?
Keith.
Yeah.
In it, he
Keith.
does sound a little bit like him.
Mhm.
He does sound like an older version.
Which was the idea.
Exactly, which is the idea. And also, they have used like the motion, his facial motion,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, expressions.
Mocap.
Mocap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like when I saw the second trailer, because this is the fall of Big Boss. This is where he goes,
Yeah. Well, it's been all gearing up to that, hasn't it?
and it's open world as well.
Mhm.
So it's going to be a lot bigger. And this is definitely one game I need on next gen, but because I bought Ground Zeroes, it comes with extra content.
Mhm.
But I got it on PS3, so it means the content will only work on my PS3. See, I stuffed myself on that one.
Mhm.
But then again, I could just get it on PS3.
Yep.
But with PS3, this was my biggest problem with PS3. The memory.
What do you mean memory?
I barely got any.
What on the actual console?
Yep, on the actual console. Just
Change the hard drive.
Yeah, but I'm useless at that stuff.
You
You know,
just easily upgrade the hard drive.
you know you're my techno wizard.
Yeah, but you could you could even buy a. Tell me, look, you wanted to buy one, but we'll talk about that another time.
Alright,
You could just easily upgrade that.
Alright. You can upgrade my thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We've talked games. A lot of good games coming out. A lot of games we've been playing.
Mhm.
Now some comic talk. Some
Okay.
comic books. Because you've been out of the comics game for a while.
Little while.
And
I occasionally dip my toe in the water,
but with me, I'm full in. I am full on comic. I eat, breathe, and sleep it.
yeah.
I eat, breathe, and sleep comics.
Mhm.
I've interviewed some of the best comic book artists to walk God's green earth, which
Mhm.
I'm very lucky to have met them,
Yeah.
interviewed them. One of them, Mr. Steve McNiven, you know him, artist on Civil War,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
He's done Guardians of the Galaxy and all other stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
Come September is the Death of Wolverine. Now this was
Mm.
leaked December last year of this event. They are killing off Wolverine.
Isn't this to coincide with the films as well, isn't it?
Kind of. Because apparently Hugh Jackman says he wants to do the last Wolverine film, and he wants it to be Old Man Logan,
Yeah.
which is a story of when
Olgan.
Oh,
Logan.
Logan's older in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to
Now,
be confused with the was it the one shot of the end?
yes, the graphic novel Wolverine: The End.
Yeah.
Now, Death of Wolverine. It's going to be a weekly series, 4 issues in
Mhm.
September, one every week, and it is all of Wolverine's enemies. They know he's at his weakest because at the moment he's lost his healing factor.
Yeah.
That's gone, and he's vulnerable. And now all his villains, they're all going after him at once.
Yeah.
So this is his final stand. And now Steve McNiven is a great artist. He's one of the
Yes.
best in the business.
As I've said to you countless times, my favourite overall ever story arc has to be Civil War.
That's probably one of the best events I've
But
ever.
his artwork in that is
It's
amazing.
very cinematic. It just.
Yes, amazing.
It's cinematic. It's realistic. It's beautiful. Now
Yeah.
he is doing Death of Wolverine. There's already preview pages up, and
Mhm.
it just looks stunning.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with Steve. He takes his time. Yeah, it gets him in trouble,
Mhm.
but I'd rather have that. I mean, recently he did a story arc on Uncanny Avengers, and my God, it was beautiful.
Mhm.
It's some beautiful artwork. I'm going to show you that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But he is just one of the best in the business, and for him to be doing Death Wolverine is a good choice. It's going to be great. I'm excited for it, but again, they're killing off Logan. How long will he be gone for?
He won't. He won't be gone for long. Or it's just the name of the series is just a misdirection.
True, very true.
It's either going to be a misdirection.
Well, the thing is, Marvel have said he is going to die. They have said that.
Doesn't say that he's going to die
But
forever
but
though.
the thing is, he's been to hell already.
Yeah.
Like his soul was sent to hell at one point.
Mhm.
So he won't be dead forever. Let's
No.
be honest. He's not going to be dead forever.
It's just it's another cafe they're trying to pull. Is all.
Well, the thing is, there's so many rumors have been going about now that it's to screw Fox over. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't think you've heard this yet. A very famous artist, Mr. Rob Liefeld,
Mhm.
creator of Deadpool and X-Force,
Yeah. Yeah.
he is very controversial for basically screwing over a lot of people, I think.
Right. Okay.
Like, he walked away from DC on 2 books he was working on,
Right.
and he's not one to keep quiet about certain stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, he revealed that Marvel have given up on all stuff that Fox own. Like
You're getting it back.
Not even that, just helping it.
Okay. Okay.
Like, X-Men
Yeah.
Days of Future Past came out, there was no action figures for it whatsoever.
Mhm.
Whereas with Spider-Man there's action figures, and Avengers there's action figures, and Cap there's action figures.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, Amazing Spider-Man is going to appear in Avengers now. They've said that now, that was the plan.
Oh really?
Because of their problems with...
Sony, wasn't it? They had issues with Sony, didn't
No, it's not Sony, it's Fox now. Marvel have proper issues with. That Marvel have just basically...
Well, let's be honest. Fox, because X-Men was the first one to have the big bank superhero film.
Yeah. Yes, because like the first big superhero film was Blade.
Yes, but
Even that was still very low
even
budget.
that, and it, as well as the fact is, even with that, it wasn't very true to the comic book. They just took the basis of the character and then, well,
And made it better than the comic book version.
yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blade, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is what's apparently going on. Fantastic Four, the comic, ends next year.
Okay. Why they ended it?
Apparently, it's to do with an event that takes place next year, but also they've said they want to leave it a while and properly reboot it because it's just not been a good title.
Yeah.
It's been rebooted twice in the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Like again, that was the same with Wolverine. Wolverine was rebooted 3 times in the past 4 years.
Okay.
So yeah, it's as if they are giving up. And there was this rumor going around that Marvel were just getting rid of mutants, and they're going to change Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch to Inhumans to match the movies and the Inhuman movie that they're going to be doing.
Mhm. Okay. Oh, they're actually doing the Inhumans.
Yes, they said long ago they're going to do Inhumans.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all like the big controversy with all the Marvel movies and that. But let's talk some Spider-Verse. Now, have you heard of Spider-Verse?
No.
Okay, this is the next big Spider-Man like event. Like Spidey gets his own events, and they've been great. I mean, it's been written by Dan Slott for a good couple of years now, and he just nails it every time. The comics, like I interviewed him last year, and he's got so much passion for the character. He knows how to write Peter Parker.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
knows how to write him. And this Spider-Verse event, okay, involves every single Spider-Man from the multiverse.
Right.
Do
Okay.
you remember Spider-Man the Other?
Yeah. 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 I remember the
For
other.
those who've never read Spider-Man the Other, that is a storyline where this guy called Morlun, is that his name, Morlun? Am I
I
pronouncing it
haven't
right?
read that in so long.
I think
Someone's got
that's
my copy somewhere.
I think that's how you pronounce his name. He feeds on people with spider powers. Like,
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The old-looking guy.
yeah, like long black hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're thinking of Ezekiel.
I'm
the
thinking
guy
of
who
Ezekiel.
helps him.
Yeah. Yeah. The
He has
helping.
spider powers
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well. Now, Morlun is somehow travelling through the multiverse, absorbing, like killing them, absorbing all the Spider-Man powers.
Right.
And it's going through Spider-Man Noir, all these Spider-Verse ones, and they're all going to collide.
Okay.
And not only that, they're actually including it in the new Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. Season 3 of Ultimate Spider-Man, they are doing the Spider-Verse.
Oh, really?
Yep, it has. They've already released a teaser picture where it has Spider-Ham, it has Miles Morales Spider-Man,
Right. Okay.
it has Spider-Man 2099, it has the Armored Spidey, and they're including that in the series as well. So it's going to be the first comic event that's also going to be on TV at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's in good hands. Dan Slott has done some great stories with Spidey, but also this is what I was really shocked because this was just announced. What's his name? Gerard Way, lead singer of My Chemical Romance, who is known for writing comics. He wrote Umbrella Academy, a really good story. Won awards. I think he won an Eisner Award. Don't quote me on that.
No.
Wrote Killjoys and is now making his Marvel debut doing a Spider-Man like Spider-Verse tie-in book.
Okay.
So it's a female Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see that. That's going to be pretty cool. So
What would she be called though?
I don't know.
She
Maybe
couldn't call her Spider Woman.
No, it could do.
But
got to remember this is the multiverse.
yeah, but doesn't that conflict with?
Well, no, because their version of Spider-Woman in that world would be Spider-Man.
True.
Now, right, we've got to talk about this. It is the 30th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
They are having their film this year. They've got a new movie coming out.
Yep.
Now, the new trailer, it shows a lot of cool action. I am enjoying the look of it, the feel of it, except it feels like it's Raphael's film
Yes.
already. Mainly because that's probably one line they put in it. Now, something Joe's flicking through right now is that they released a 30th anniversary comic where it shows you all the turtles through all the years.
Yeah.
That's an IDW comic. They are the guys who are handling the Turtles comic at the moment, which is really, really good.
Why are Bebop and Rocksteady naked?
That's from the old Archie comic series based on the 80s cartoon, and I have no idea because I haven't read that bit yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, the film, it looks good, but what do you think? I mean, there's some bits look really good, and some bits that are off-putting. Like, obviously, the nostrils. A lot of people can't get over how in the movie they've got nostrils.
Oh, what? Oh, okay, right. I think that's the least of your worries to moan about something like that.
But if a character's, like, really horrible to look at...
They're not giving them eyebrows. Eyebrows, sorry.
nostrils and the
so
little thing under your nose, above your lip.
a philtrum.
Filtrum.
Giving them nostrils isn't going to be the end of the world.
True. And
Everything.
and the other thing is they are giant in this film, like
Huge.
gigantic,
Yeah.
like big enough to like crush like half a truck.
That's the thing. I'm quite happy because I saw in the trailer that Will Arnett is in it.
Yep, he is Vern, isn't he? He's playing Vern.
He is
Vern
playing
was,
Vernon Fenwick.
Yeah, Vern in the old series was a bit of a douchebag.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's the perfect sort of. He can play that sort of role.
And he actually looks like Vern, just with short hair, just with an updated haircut. So they've properly cast him.
Yeah.
Whether Megan Fox will be a good April O'Neil.
Yes. I mean, I did think, what's she doing in it? But
Now here's the thing with Megan Fox. Like,
but is it Michael Bay?
he's not directing it. He's producing this.
Producing, right? Okay.
Okay. Now, this is my thing with Megan Fox.
Right.
Who knows? We haven't seen her performance yet. Maybe her acting skills will be on, top notch. But the thing is, what people don't know about Megan Fox is, she's a proper comic fan. Like,
Oh yeah, she's a massive gamer as well.
she wanted to be a comic book artist.
Oh, did she?
She really wanted to be a comic book artist, and she was a big fan of Michael Turner's comic. What was it called? Not Soulfire. I can't remember what it was called. She was a big fan, and she would hang out with him, talk to him. Sadly, he passed away. Lost his battle with cancer. I can't remember what it was called though. I have Soulfire, the other book he worked on, stuck in my head. Fathom, that was it.
Fathom.
It was called Fathom. Megan Fox really wanted, because it was female cast. Fathom. It was a female comic.
Because I don't know why, when you started saying Soulfire, Witchblade kept popping into my head.
That's what kept
getting
stuck in my head. Now, Megan Fox, she wanted to do the film, and she even said she'd step back away if it meant the film would go forward, because that's how much she was passionate for the book. So she has passion for comics. She has the passion. She knows the characters. She grew up with the Turtles.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping she's gonna bring her A game.
I'm quite upset that Casey Jones ain't in it.
Well, it's too much, because apparently Krang is in it as well.
Really?
The foot soldier in this they carry guns.
Okay. So I guess it's trying to make it a bit more.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think you can really have them in children's television back then.
Exactly, and it was kind of like the 80s theme.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, well, who knows? I think it'll be okay. I know I'll enjoy it. It'll be something different. I'm hoping it'll be like Transformers 1. Where I'll come out and be like, wow. You know? 'Cause I mean, it's got the budget, the CGI looks good. Splinter and the...
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah,
the voice of Leonardo.
Yeah, well, you've seen the trailer, haven't you?
Yes.
You've seen the trailer.
But I didn't realise it was Johnny
Yeah,
Knoxville.
it's Johnny Knoxville.
Interesting.
I know, I would have thought they would have just gone with like the cartoon series voice actors. Because I mean, you've got Jason Biggs who does Leonardo, and you've got Sean Astin who does Raphael. Two Hollywood actors anyway. So I'm not sure why they haven't, already done that. It's kind of weird because they've got like a weird line. They've got one guy from who used to be in Twilight, one guy who is from Jackass, one guy from the what they called Catching Fire. What's that?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. There we go. It's a weird lineup of voices, and you've got the guy who was Monk doing the voice of Splinter.
Oh,
I forget his name. Tony. There he is. It's Tony.
On the IMDb page.
Shalubi.
Splinter.
No, go up. No, there he is.
Oh, you're talking of Shredder. Sorry.
The voice under Noel Fisher, who plays Michelangelo.
Splinter voice. Oh yeah.
I can't pronounce.
Shalhoub.
I can't pronounce.
Tony Shalhoub.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Shalhoub?
Shalhoub.
He was also the only other film I remember him from is Galaxy Quest and was it 13 Ghosts?
Man in Black as well.
Oh yes.
He's the
Men in Black.
they keep
He's
blowing his
the
head off,
guy
isn't it?
who
They keep
keeps
shooting his head off.
Shut off. Yep. That's the guy. So yeah, the turtle film, I think it'll be great. You know, I'm gonna enjoy it. I know I'm into turtle characters. I mean, I'm reading the comic at the moment, and that's just great.
Mhm.
That's a good read. But also from IDW, they were doing the Ghostbusters comic, which is its 30th anniversary
Yeah.
of the film this year.
Hmm.
They've announced they are actually finishing it now.
Really?
They're not carrying it on, which is a shame, because literally, if you're a Ghostbusters fan,
Yeah.
from the real Ghostbusters or any of them, this comic has everything. They had cameos in panels of like old ghosts and old things from the
See,
series.
I'm sort of classic Ghostbusters,
What,
like
the
the
real-
films.
The films. Well, that's the thing. This comic is set after the Ghostbusters game,
Mhm.
so it has all that equipment. It has the other guy who moves to the other, the rookie.
Never
the new
finished
guy.
that game. It's on my shelf there.
You
I
need
can
to
look see
finish
it now. But
It has that. It has characters who look like famous 80s characters like Chevy Chase.
right, okay,
It has references to Groundhog Day, Caddyshack.
okay.
Even John Belushi's ghost makes an appearance in it.
Well, it's Slimer.
Well, no, they actually have him
Oh,
dressed as
right,
Blues
okay.
Brothers.
I was going to say John Belushi because the whole idea
Yeah.
of Slimer is based on John Belushi.
But yeah, sadly that comic is coming to an end. But if all the trades are out, there's just one more trade to come. It's definitely a great read for Ghostbusters fans. And again, you've got all the great merch coming out. Like you've got the Lego Ghostbusters merch,
Okay.
Ecto One, and the Ghostbusters. Now I want that, but I think it's like £50 here, which is like what, $85.
Around, talking about £50, we're talking around $80. Yeah, around $85.
So that's a bit hefty, but again, Lego's always been like that, especially when it's these special ones, like the Back to the Future one,
Yeah.
which I still need to get because that just looks beautiful. Speaking of Back to the Future, for any sci-fi fan, next year they are releasing the Nikes from
Yes. Yeah.
Back to the Future
I'm
2.
also looking forward to the musical.
Yes, they're doing a musical.
That'll be quite interesting.
Hopefully,
Not
it'll be
much
good.
on that at the moment, but apparently they are doing it.
And to any like London fans, for the next couple of months, there is the special screening of Back to the Future
Yes, at the secret.
theatre showing.
Yeah, I
type
can't
thing.
remember what it's called.
Secret screenings, I think
Yeah.
they're called. It's where they basically play the film and reenact it, and they build the whole set. So if there's any UK people out there, definitely look it up, check it out, see if there's tickets left.
Secret Cinema.
That's it, Secret Cinema. So definitely check that out. Now, in other comic news,
I'm looking at it now. There are lots of tickets still left.
sweet.
It looks like Saturday the 16th of August that it's sold out.
Sweet. So guys, definitely check that out. I know I need to get my tickets sorted. We definitely got to check that out because
Mhm.
apparently the Ghostbuster one was insanely good. Right. Anyway, onwards. Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice movie.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Now,
heard they got the prefix. The suffix, sorry, now. Was it Dawn of Justice, whatever it is?
how do you feel about it? Because I mean, DC's just gone full blown. Right, we're gonna do all these films now. We're gonna throw Cyborg into that movie, Wonder Woman.
Yes. Well, they're trying to obviously bank on what they have after seeing what Avengers has done.
Yeah.
That's obvious to anyone, but I think it could be good. I quite liked the Man of Steel. I mean, it's not a perfect film.
See, that was the thing. I had so many problems with Man of Steel, but he was a great Superman.
Yes,
And the costume didn't look bad on screen. In
no,
photos, it looked terrible, but on screen, it
it
just
looks right.
worked.
He was a good
He
Superman
was
and
a
a
good
good Clark
Superman.
Kent.
Just for me,
Just-
the story was a bit off.
yes.
There was too much wrong with it.
I
Like,
think
couldn't.
the problem I tend to find with DC films is they try and force so much lore within a short period of time. Like, I mean, just for example, looking back at the Green Lantern,
Don't, a terrible film.
they forced about 40 years of lore into an hour and a half,
Mm.
and it was just wrong.
I just think there was just so many things you wouldn't do, and so many things that just didn't make sense in that film. And no offense to Ryan Reynolds, but he wasn't the right choice for that role.
No, I mean I like Ryan Reynolds, but I think yeah he was possibly the wrong choice for Green Lantern.
And it's-
Perfect as that be absolutely perfect as Deadpool if they ever get round to that.
Well, they are San Diego Comic Con.
Mhm.
There is meant to be the Deadpool teaser,
Yes.
apparently. Whether Ryan Reynolds is involved in that, I don't know. You're going to see the Age of Ultron first
Yes.
trailer, which should hopefully be pretty damn sweet.
Well, they've just finished. They've just wrapped, haven't they?
Well, Downey's
filming.
wrapped on it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what. Sorry, I saw. Yeah.
Robert Downey's wrapped on his role.
Yes.
The others, I think they're still going. I mean, it's still shooting, I think, till the end of the month at least.
That's the end of his contract, isn't it?
No, he has a third Avengers film, and
Oh, does he?
he's actually apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, he wants to do Iron Man 4 because Captain America 2 was just so good.
Hmm. I know after Avengers he wasn't so.
Well,
Okay,
how
but-
could you not want to play the role that is just you
Yeah.
with all your friends?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do it for money. He does it for fun. He does it for the kids as well. I mean,
Yeah.
if there's one guy who's turned his life around superbly, it's this guy.
Yeah. Definitely.
But Batman Superman, gone way off topic. Batman Superman.
Yes, sorry.
Apparently, they're doing a TV special film, Flash and Green Lantern. Now, the new Flash TV series starts this fall.
I like the look of that.
I've got to admit that does look pretty good.
I
Now,
really like the
I
look
was
of
I came late to watching Arrow.
that. I started and then I lost interest and I need to get back, but I need to
watched
find.
the whole of series one. It was as good as everyone said. He was a bit kind of bland and blank at first, but then again, his character had been on island for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure his emotions would disappear in those 5 years.
Mhm.
Series 2 I've not watched yet, and everyone has just said it's been great, it's got great reviews. So I'm looking forward to Flash series because they cross over.
Yes.
And
I mean, I watched. Did you watch the long trailer
Yes.
for it, or where you
5-minute
see
trailer,
him and
and
Arrow talking?
apparently well, it's not apparently, it has been leaked. The first pilot episode is online
Oh, okay.
of The Flash. So guys, go check that out. I'm excited because again, I like both characters. I love Green Arrow. I have done. I haven't loved the comic in a while though.
I'm not. I've never been a big fan of Green Arrow.
Now see, I
I like Flash.
used to watch the Justice League cartoon, and he came into Justice League Unlimited, and I thought he was great. And I went and read Kevin Smith's run
Right.
because he
okay.
brought Green Arrow back. He
Yes,
was dead
yeah.
at the time, and he brought him back in a great way. And he was working with an artist called Phil Hester, who just they were great together. The artwork looked like the animated series as well, so I was easily pulled into it,
Mhm.
and it was just a great read. But then New 52, he's different. He's so different. He's more like the TV series a little in
Right.
terms
Okay.
of looks and how they're taking it. But again, New 52 isn't doing as well as we would have hoped.
No.
I mean, it's basically starting everything all over again, but not in a great way. Like, some of it works, some of it you get some hits. Batman's doing good, but they just take things too far, and it just ruins it. Like, did you hear what happened to Nightwing?
No.
Basically, he was unmasked and revealed on TV.
They did a Peter Parker on him then.
Yeah, had it pulled off by the evil Justice League from another world, who came to take over this one. It was an event called Forever Evil, where the villains were the only ones left to fight these guys. They unmasked Dick Grayson, who is now gone super spy now. He has his own comic now just called Grayson. But even then, you're like, well, he's been unmasked to the world.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna put two and two together.
Mhm.
And spoilers, this is spoilers, guys, for Forever Evil. Lex Luthor does that at the end.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, come on, man. You've just done that. You've. There's no going back. They can't fix that. They can't do what they did with Spider-Man.
No.
They just about got away with that with Spider-Man because it was done right.
Yeah.
But at the time, everyone hated that. So that's the problem with New 52. They take it too far with certain things.
I've not read DC since they changed to New 52.
Some stuff is good. Like, I don't mind the Batman comics. They have been okay, but there's just a lot of bits where you're just like, that's a little anticlimactic. That's a little boring. They dug themselves in the hole. Don't get me wrong. I love all their designs.
Yeah.
Like, I love all the new like armor looking outfits. I think that's pretty cool. And that's mostly what like the movie ones tend to go for with them looks.
Yeah.
So Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice. I don't know. I mean, Ben Affleck's costume. I like it because it kind of looks like the Dark Knight. Returns.
Everyone started slating Ben Affleck, but I mean, when they first said Ben Affleck, I was like, really? And then I had a little think about it afterwards, and I was like, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
And this thing, I liked him in Daredevil.
Yeah, I didn't
didn't
mind
like.
Daredevil.
I think
It hasn't aged well.
And I think the writing was the issue. With
Yeah,
Daredevil.
there was a few bits in that where you're just like, no, they shouldn't have done that.
The actual story and the writing. If they'd have done that a different way, I think they could have pulled it off. I think he wasn't the issue with Daredevil.
The thing was, it was actually a big hit in the States at
Was
the
it?
time. Yeah, it was actually doing too bad at the box office. Got to remember, it was 2003. That year they had that, X-Men and Hulk.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
But I don't mind it. Again, I love the character.
I mean, I've not had too much experience with Daredevil. I know, I've got Guardian Devil,
Yeah.
which is a Kevin Smith.
That's Kevin
It's
Smith,
brilliant.
former editor-in-chief, now chief of creative operations at Marvel. I think I've said that wrong, but he's still at the top. Mr. Joe Quesada.
Yeah.
Great eyes. Met the fella, great dude. He pulled Marvel back, you know.
Yeah.
He helped make it what it is. Because I mean, he came on when Marvel were bankrupt, man.
Yeah.
And he worked his way up, and it's just great. Like, he was the mastermind behind Spider-Man, the One More Day thing.
Got you. Yeah.
Now he got a lot of shtick for that, but because of that, Spider-Man's comic has just been great ever since. It was the right thing to do, and it's in Dan Slott's hands, and he just does it brilliantly.
Mhm.
Now with Affleck,
He's got the chin.
well, he's kind of got like the butt chin.
Yeah. He's
But the
got
thing
the
is,
chin. That's that out of a Batman. He's got to have the chin. Because you've got to have that strong jawline. Because
Well,
that's
my problem
the thing.
is-
That's the thing. That's what sticks out of the cow.
Well, my problem is, like, they've been showing photos of Affleck coming out of the gym, and he just looks like he's got man boobs.
Mm.
He just looks weirdly shaped, and he looks quite old. But this is what I don't understand where they're going with it. They've got the Dark Knight Returns costume.
I think it's more of a from what I understand, they're doing it a strange way round. I think from what I can ascertain, they're doing it as they're bringing Batman in as a mentor.
In what? Batman?
Yeah.
versus- But it can't be, though, because I mean,
That he's an older. He's been doing
he's
it
been
for
around.
a while.
He's been doing it. Well, apparently it's been said everyone turns on Superman in this film,
Yeah.
which is what they did with New 52. Like, not everyone loves Superman.
No.
Like, that's how they started it with New 52.
But that's how they've always done it, haven't they? To a certain extent, there
No,
are
but-
times
no,
where
but
they.
In New 52, Superman was acting like Batman
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
to start off with.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
Are they going to do the whole thing where they're friends? Is it like, when he gets that piece of kryptonite?
Yeah. We got to remember Lex Luthor's in it, and I think Riddler. The Riddler or Joker, one of them. You just don't know, and to be honest, we've got little information, so we can't really
No,
properly
that
comment
is
on it.
actually that is under lockdown.
It's very the hush hush. But then again, everyone's moaning about Affleck. Look at Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Enough said, you know.
Yeah.
There you go on that one. Right, other comic book movies coming out. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Now this is Marvel's property where it's gonna be big.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be great, and Marvel. Then this is a franchise where they're not losing any money whatsoever.
No.
They are just making money off this. These are a group of characters you would not have thought would have a movie.
No, I thought it was quite strange, especially with
It's
who they're meant to come up against.
It's a great choice because these characters they've been in some storylines in the comics where they've been better than Star Wars in like these cosmic events.
Yeah.
And they've been around for a long time. These guys together, though, Drax the Destroyer, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Star-Lord, they've kind of been tight since about 2006.
Right, yeah.
And this is the team they've chosen to go forward into the films and all that. And these guys, they were never really like big characters who had their own. They probably did back in the early 80s, 90s, had series and that. I know they appeared in a lot.
Yeah.
Drax and Gamora, they appeared in the Marvel event, the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes, yeah.
So they've been around, they've been in the events, and this film is just, from the looks of it, it just looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
It looks beautiful, it's got the right budget, it's going to be fun, it ties in nicely. This is Marvel's Star Wars. This is Marvel's group of Star Wars characters, and they're going to make a lot of money off of it.
There's one thing about that though is that the fact they hire Vin Diesel to play Groot, who only says I am Groot.
Yeah.
I just found that quite strange. I mean, I like Vin Diesel. I mean, I'm not a fan of his Fast and Furious films, but
the thing is, people don't actually realise there was that great animation, The Iron Giant.
Mm-hmm.
He was the giant.
Yeah, he was the voice. Yeah.
Now I love that film. I love that. I thought it was great animation. I thought
massive geek as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he's had the same. He plays D&D, and he's had the same D&D character since he was 15.
Yes, I think I heard about that. He was a D&D player.
Yeah, same character as well since he was about 15. Massive. Well, was. I'm not sure if he still is. Massive World of Warcraft player as well.
I guess it depends on when you've got free time.
I guess so. Yeah. But I don't know if he still plays it. I know he did a few years ago, but bear in mind that game is coming up to 10 years now.
Yes.
So.
But that film, I think it would be great. I mean, got some good characters. The comic though at the moment, it's not been that great. But then again,
It's so close. Next month, so we'll find out.
yes,
Very soon.
it is next month.
End of next month.
So that should be good. That should be great. And that is Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel's Space Cowboys, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, now there was one other thing. Now this is... I was meant to tell you about this.
Okay.
In Guardians. It's the rumour that Nathan Fillion is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And it is apparently been confirmed.
Oh, right.
Now, I don't know whether it's just a small cameo or whether it's a big part.
Okay.
My prediction is he's playing Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord's father. That's what I think.
You really think? I think he's a bit too young for that, though, isn't he?
Well, the last time I saw Nathan Fillion, he was looking a bit old.
But I mean, I watch him in Castle still quite a bit. You know, I'm a massive Nathan Fillion fan. But I watch him in Castle. And he's not looking that old. I mean, he's
you got to remember all the makeup on that.
Yeah, but he's gonna have all that makeup on.
True, but then they can make him look older as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's like prime example of that. Why they would cast a young actor to play an old actor. Prometheus.
Mm. But isn't sorry, just going back to it, isn't Star Lord's dad also in space?
Yes.
Yeah.
Star Lord's father in the comics was the king of a whole planet, a whole race.
Yeah.
He in the comics he crashed on Earth, running from I think it was the Kree.
Yeah.
Fell in love with a woman, had a child there, went back to fight this war, and never came back.
Okay. Yeah.
Then the Kree came to the planet, killed Peter's mother,
Mhm.
and Peter found the Star Lord gun or whatever and fought them off, and that's
Yeah. Yeah.
how he becomes Star Lord, or how it
Well,
started.
maybe they can do it that way. Maybe the fact that he is still looking quite young is because he is
But again,
an
yeah,
alien.
exactly. There you go.
He's not actually human.
The thing is, his dad in the comics looks quite young as well.
Yeah. So maybe that is how they're getting away
But
with
that's
it.
if he's his dad. He could be
Yeah.
any character. It has been leaked who's in the end credits.
Okay. Do we really want to say that?
Whether I don't know whether it's true or not.
Okay. Okay. Go on then.
It's not a villain. It's Nova. Apparently, the Nova, the proper Nova,
Oh right. Okay.
Richard Rider, the
Right.
famous one that everyone loved,
Mhm.
is in the credits. Apparently, but again, the Nova Corps are in the film.
Okay. Yeah.
So whether that's true or not, I don't know. That'd be cool. It'd be cool to see Nova.
Mm.
So we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Now I've got to talk about this because it's been confirmed now.
Okay.
Fall of 2016.
Mhm.
Okay, is the return of something that made many kids' lives beautiful when they come home from school. Okay, it was on Cartoon Network.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
What am I talking about?
You're talking about DBZ.
Yes, Dragon Ball Z
Yes.
is coming back officially. Now, it was said it was going to come back when they released the movie. The movie is coming out in cinemas in the
It has
USA.
a different name though, doesn't it? Now, the new series. Isn't
I
it?
don't know yet.
Yeah.
It's not Dragon. It's not Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's not Dragon Ball Kai.
No.
No.
Something
But it is
else.
meant to be a new series. I think it's meant to be set at the end of the Majin Buu saga and before the last bit of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Much like the film Battle of Gods.
Oh my god. Well, in all fairness though, with the films, they sort of stand on their own. You can't
Yeah.
really slot them in anywhere.
Well,
You can get an idea that are around this
no, the
time.
new one you can.
Oh right, okay.
The new one you can because Majin Buu's hanging around with them,
Oh okay.
and they're not all grown up. Like
Gotcha.
Pan hasn't been born yet,
Okay. Yeah.
and the Trunks and Goten are still kids.
Okay.
So this is what the series is going to be based in between that time slot now.
Mhm.
And recently, Kira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
in his new manga he was doing a backup story, and this story was the origin of Goku's mother.
I saw that. Yeah.
You
yeah.
actually got to see
What his
who
mum
she
looked
was,
like.
and it actually explains why Goku is a kind-hearted person.
Yeah.
But also, as a fan service, and he didn't have to do this,
Mhm.
recently he came out and actually revealed Android 17 and 18's past.
Yes, and their names.
He gave us their names and
Because they were human, weren't
yeah, they were human. And what happens to them?
Because they're not technically androids, are they? They're
No, they're
cyborgs.
cyborgs. And so he reveals that 17 falls in love with like a nature park woman and her kid, stays with her and protects them. And obviously 18 gets with Krillin.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a sweet, nice fan service, which he didn't have to do.
No.
But I am looking forward to it. I mean, Dragon Ball Z, it's a cartoon that it shapes a lot of mangas and animes.
Yeah.
Like there is a guideline for battle mangas and animes, and this is the guideline.
Yeah.
Okay, and you will notice this in all your mangas and animes
Right, okay,
now.
Yeah.
Like the main hero has to eat a lot.
Okay.
He has to have like this big appetite for something.
Yeah.
Has to be kind of like picked on, the underdog.
Yeah.
Wants to prove himself. Honourable.
Mhm.
He has to go through training, disappear for a while, and come back and save the day.
Yeah.
as in like in Dragon Ball Z with like the hyperbolic
Yeah,
time
yeah.
chamber and all that training.
King Kai and all that.
Yep. There has to be like the moves, the upgrade, the special super abilities,
Okay.
transformations,
Yeah.
and obviously the main rival kind of has to be better looking and more attractive, and has to you have to like him more than the main character. That's the formula.
That doesn't really work with Dragon Ball though, does it?
Well, that's the
Dragon
thing.
Ball Z rather.
Vegeta was a badass. Everyone thought he was a badass.
But I never liked him. I was always a Goku fan. Always.
I was a Goku fan, but I loved Vegeta's armor. I just thought the Saiyan armor
I
was
never
cool.
liked the Saiyan armor.
Really?
I
Like, what
thought
about the
it was ridiculous.
Scouters?
The Scouter was interesting, but I never liked the actual armor. I thought it was ridiculous.
Well, I like the different. There were different versions, but then again, I was just obsessed with Dragon Ball Z. I liked every bit of it.
Mm.
But yeah, those are like the guidelines for a battle manga, and you will notice that in certain mangas that you read, certain animes that you see now. Like right now, I've got to mention this as well. In the UK now, this is big in. It's probably the biggest in Japan,
Mm.
and it's been big in America for ages.
Okay.
But for us, it never stuck because this came about after Dragon Ball Z, not long for us. One
Okay.
Piece.
One Piece, yeah. Never. I never got into it.
It never came. It came out on telly for us back when Dragon Ball Z came out, and then it didn't do well, and it was gone. You couldn't buy it on DVD. It was done. Then it
Yeah.
was redubbed again, and it's been released the past couple of years, and it's just been getting bigger and bigger over here. Now I've read the first 14 volumes of it, and
Yeah.
I've got to admit it's pretty good, but it kind of feels exactly like Naruto, just. But it came before Naruto. That's the thing. So
Right.
it's kind of weird to see that Naruto's got more in depth in his character than the main character from One Piece, Luffy. They're both like these underdogs who want to prove themselves, who want to be the best at. Like Naruto wants to be the best ninja,
Yeah.
Luffy
Yeah.
wants to be the best pirate.
Right.
But then again, I've only read the first 14 volumes. There's about, I think they're in the 80th volume,
Okay.
I think. But I don't know. I mean, it's very popular. I want to carry on with it, but I've got a long way to go.
Mm.
Because I mean, they've just released like a new PS3 game for it.
Yeah, I've seen that's been
But
advertised.
but again, I can't play that game because it's set when he's older,
Right. Yeah.
and I need to start from the beginning. So that is getting really big over here. I'm definitely going to go forward with it at some point. But it's a long series.
Yeah.
It's a very long series. But it is. I do enjoy the characters. There is something charming about it. My main issue is just his art style. Like in
Right.
the earlier ones, it's very, very basic and unappealing sometimes. But then again, it's a weird story. In any case,
Yeah.
it's the
yeah,
story of this young kid who's friends with pirates, and he wants to be a pirate one day. And they come back with these legendary fruits. If you eat them, you get a special power.
Yeah. Right.
He eats one, and it turns into rubber. But when you eat one, you can't swim.
Okay.
And that's the golden rule of piracy. If you can't swim, you can't be a pirate.
Yeah.
And so he can stretch, and he's got all his superpowers. And he goes off in search of his pirate friends when he's older to look for them and to build his crew, and it goes from there.
Right. Okay.
And he wants to be the pirate king of, I think it was called the Grand Line, where
Right.
where all these pirate lords rule it.
Okay.
It's the most dangerous part of the ocean.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I got to. They'd just crossed over into that.
Right.
He had got a
okay.
ragtag crew, all with great origins each. They all had their own cool little origins.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like something I'd like to keep going with. But the problem is because it's so long, I'm so far behind.
Right.
It's
okay.
so hard to catch up with. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to this extra size first episode. Don't forget to subscribe for more and let us know what you think. So Joe, it's been a pleasure.
As always.
And guys, we will see you next time. Take it easy.
Bye.